Hello everybody, it's Pavo and welcome back to ZooCrafting! So you may remember last episode I ended having just planted a load of different fruit saplings trying to get an orchard to grow, and well, I logged back on today and you can see all the trees have grown, well pretty much all of them. There are a few that still haven't grown because I think they're too close to other trees, but I can only describe this as a bit of a mess. It's not as pretty as I thought it was going to be, and it's a bit of a shambles, to be honest. We have different sized trees, we have tall ones, we have these low ones down here, and it's really not a very pretty view from my house. So I have come up with some sort of solution. What I'm going to do is I'm going to chop down all of these trees and I'm going to build like a big custom tree in the middle. And basically what that is going to have on it is it's going to have all these different fruits, so it's going to be like a big tree that has everything, so it grows absolutely everything, and it's not going to be too tall because I do need to access it to harvest the fruits, but I have this really cool idea in mind, so I'm going to see if I can build it off camera ready for the next episode so I can show you what it looks like. But I think it would be a much nicer view from my house than what I've currently got, which yeah, I can only describe as chaos really, because it's not very pretty. It really isn't. It doesn't fit my house, it doesn't fit the gardens. I don't know what I was thinking. But anyway, what we're going to do today is I have a clipboard here with a couple of to-do list items on. So we're going to go ahead and we'll just quickly read this. So yeah, the first one is to build the custom tree. Second is to rehome the cassowary, and you may remember that I placed the cassowary in with the goats. Probably wasn't the best idea. I definitely would not do that in real life if I owned a cassowary and also if I owned goats. But we're going to just take a quick look at them because these two are going to be moved over to the Australian zone as soon as we build that. And you'll see that there's also this awesome sign I added in as well that I will move as soon as we have a exhibit for the cassowary. But yeah, that's going to be in the Australian zone, and we do not yet have that zone built. And well, I did ask last episode for you to vote on which zone you'd like me to work on next, and currently the one that is winning is in fact the Amazon zone. So that leads on to another item on the list, which is, well, it's the last one, but it's clear place for the new Amazon zone, which is something that I will have to do because I have no idea whereabouts we're going to be building that. And then the two other things on the list are to build the noodle bar over in the Oriental Gardens, and also to finish building the rescue centre, because I basically built the layout for that a couple of episodes ago. You can still see it over there, and I have not yet got around to building it, so I'm going to have to build that sooner rather than later. It'll probably be an episode pretty soon because I do want to get that up and running. So I can breed some more pandas, and also so that we can have some interesting animals show up at the zoo so that we can expand some of our exhibits. But well, the Amazon Zone 1, and I am pretty chuffed with that because that means I can add in a aviary, I can't say that word today, aviary finally. And I can have my macaws, and I can have all my parrots, and I can have my toucans. So I think that would probably be the first exhibit we build as soon as we find space to build the Amazon zone. What I'm currently doing is I'm heading over to the Oriental Gardens so I can show you another custom tree that I've built. I did in fact go ahead and I chopped down the sacred sapling just so I could build a custom tree which is a lot smaller, and it's a nice pretty Japanese sakura. And I really do think it looks quite nice. It fits it a lot better than the old tree. It was definitely too big, and it shouldn't cast any horrible shadows this time. I'm not actually sure though, because I haven't seen this place yet at night. We are currently experiencing the wonderful benefits of permaday, which means that no mobs are going to spawn. But this place does look a lot prettier. I've added in some more of the fairy lights, linking it to the big tree, and a few fir trees over here so that I can connect more lights. There should be another one going from there to there. Unfortunately it's not rendering, I'm not sure why. Occasionally that happens, but it fixes itself when I relog. And I've placed down some signs so that I can just remind myself of what I am going to be building in each of the locations. I have some awesome suggestions of what the fourth Oriental exhibit should be, and also some custom models that I'm going to try and create and see if I can get added to ZooCrafting pretty soon. But yeah, so we have the fourth Oriental exhibit over here. We have the noodle bar over here. I'm going to sort of tuck it away slightly, but I think that's good. I think we're going to have like a shack over here, and a couple of tables out front for people that do want to sit by the... It's not going to be a restaurant, it's more going to be like a takeaway shop, but with a couple of tables for people that want to sit down and eat if necessary. And then if we head around the corner here, we have signs that say bridge, because I'm going to be building a bridge over this river. I thought that this location over here would be the perfect place to build the memory garden that I was actually planning to build at the old house. It's just like nice, it's a nice area to build it, I think, and it would definitely fit with the theme of the Oriental Gardens. It's something that I've wanted to build for ages, and not only do I want to build a bridge here, but if we head around the corner as well, I'm going to build another bridge here so that we can lead on into a different area of the zoo as well. I will have to do a bit of terraforming so that we don't build a bridge directly into the side of a hill, but I'm sure it will look pretty good when we get around to building that. But yes, now the question is, where exactly are we going to be building the Amazon zone? And that is something that I've been debating all day. Ideally, checking this map, the best place to build it would probably be here, but unfortunately, as you can see, that is actually a plateau, and it is a very tall plateau indeed, so I don't think we're going to be building any exhibits on the top of that, or if we do, it will have to be more plateau themed rather than Amazon. But I'm going to overlay a map on the screen of all the zones I sort of have in mind, and I'll leave a link to the image in the comments below just in case you want to have a look at it yourself. So I was thinking that the best place to build the Amazon would be down here. So if I'm building the Amazon zone over here, it definitely means that I'm going to have to clear out a lot of trees. I might also have to change the biome into a jungle biome, seeing as it is the Amazon. But we'll see. So I guess I'm going to head over in that direction now, and I'll see what I can do. It will probably involve a time lapse of me chopping down a lot of trees. So forgive me if that gets a bit boring, but I'm going to end up with a lot of wood. But hopefully the buildings that we build over there will be absolutely incredible, on par with the rest of the exhibits that we've built in the zoo. And I'm just very, very glad that the zoo is expanding in the rate that it is. And I guess I need to eat some eggs because I'm not going to go anywhere with such low hunger. But ideally, I would like to stick to one zone for a while now, just so that I can see more exhibits being built. Because we built this one, this is the most recent one we did, the giraffe barn. Still got more giraffes to add. And this was the first one we built actually, the elephants. So yeah, this forest over here is going to need to be completely destroyed, and it's going to take a bit of time, but I guess I'll speak to you as soon as it is done. So I'll see you all in a few minutes. So this place is probably unrecognisable now, but this was once where the birch forest stood. I had to chop down hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of trees. You should see all the wood that I gathered. I'll probably show that next episode. I had to take so many trips back to my house to empty all the backpacks, especially all the shrubs that kept dropping as well, all the saplings and all the plants that grow on the ground. And I also had to do some terraforming as well, because the terrain was not particularly flat, as you could probably tell before, but I've neatened it up a bit. I've leveled out this entire hill, which took forever. It literally took like two real life days, but I'm happy with how it turned out. I've also changed the biome to a jungle, as you can see on the mini-map, and I think we're probably ready to build the Amazon zone. Of course, when we do build the zone, I'm going to be adding in some jungle trees and making it look a lot nicer, because it's sort of a bit of a scar on the landscape. We have this ugly green smudge at the bottom here, but I think this is definitely the best place to put the exhibit. I'm a bit annoyed that the Biome Wand does something glitchy with the biomes. I'm going to have to see if there's a way that I can figure out to change that, because I think it looks really, really ugly. Probably should not have changed the biome if that was going to happen. But anyway, yeah, we have all this land cleared out. And to prevent this from being such a short video, what I'm going to do is I have a stack of signs down here, and I'm just going to put a few signs down of exhibits and ideas that I have. And something that I thought was really cool was when I leveled out that hill, there was like this natural ledge, and I've just made it look a bit tidier, but it's like this really like natural division between this lower ground and the upper ground, so it like gives me space to build exhibits, which I thought was pretty cool. So I think this place here would actually suit the jaguar the best. So we could have like a wall coming along here, and maybe up here. I'm not sure how big these exhibits would be, but of course these are just like rough ideas, rough plans, so I can change them when we actually finalize the exhibit. Yeah, this is definitely way too small for the jaguar. It would probably have to be a similar size to what we did for the South China tiger. But this cliff at the back can act as like a natural wall to prevent the jaguars from climbing up. So yeah, I'm going to put jaguars here. Of course, these might change in the future depending on how I want the zoo to look. Okay, why can I not write on this sign? Here we are. I don't know why that happens. Jaguar. There we are. And I was thinking that I could possibly build like the bat caves here as well, because vampire bats are also found in Central America, so I was thinking that we could put some of these here in the Amazon zone, so possibly bat caves, because that was one of my favourite exhibits at the old zoo that we had. It looked perfect, and because we have this wall, I think we could possibly make them look really, really fancy. Yeah. So yeah, the bat caves over here. I also want to build a reptile house as well. I'm not sure where we'd go about building that. And because this is the Amazon area as well, I thought that it'd be cool if I could build like some really tall trees and connect them with like a path or maybe like a floating boardwalk or something. So you can like look down through the exhibits. I don't know, maybe something like that. I think that would be cool. Like having like trees grow up out of say the Cayman exhibit, and you could like wander across the paths from here looking down at the crocodiles and maybe the jaguars as well. I don't know, that's an idea that I've got in mind, so I guess I'll put that here, like treetop walkway. And yeah, I want to add like a load of snakes as well, because there are tons of snakes in the Amazon. And I think on this area up here I'm going to be building a load of aviaries. So I want to build like a really big one over in this section, and then I think we're going to have some smaller ones as well. So like one big mixed one and then smaller individual ones. So I guess this would be the best place to start said aviary. I'm not sure though, because there is a wall here after all. I don't know if I want to expand off that way a bit more. But I'm gonna put big aviary. We can have things like macaws and toucans and flamingos maybe? I think there's one species of flamingo that lives in this area. I'll have to double check that though. Hummingbirds as well. I think I could retexture some of the kingfishers to make like tropical kingfishers. I don't know, there's so many different things that I could do. And also yeah, custom models as well, so we could have things like sloths, maybe frogs. That'd be an interesting exhibit to have, wouldn't it? Like a whole room full of frogs. And oh my gosh, it's raining. It really shouldn't do that in this biome, but oh well, it's doing it. What else could we have? I'm not really sure, but I think that might be it for today. Next episode, oh, we do have some things at my house to check. I noticed that Jacob had left a chest for me at my house, so yeah, next episode we're going to be checking what's in that chest, and we will be cracking on with one of these exhibits over here. So yeah, as always, the code is on screen, and I'm sorry that this was a bit of a shorter episode. It really was not for me. It took forever to clear out this area, but I'm glad that we did it. It's all for the sake of progress, so I'm just glad. I'm glad. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Goodbye. Bye.